Happy Monday, and it's time for a new vlog. Also, happy Martin Luther King Day. Alright, so let's get right into it. I'm going to try to keep this video short and simple, straight to the point. Under 10 minutes because, well, I have just pretty much halfway chugged about 12 ounces of coffee. All revved up, not to mention I'm recording some content for other channels as well, too. I do got to go to the bathroom, but I'm kind of really holding it because I'm just on a content creation right now. Okay, so, new video posted on my main channel yesterday. Make sure to definitely check that out. Probably going to be making a new video tomorrow. RuneScape 3 has undergone some changes. It's fairly interesting, pretty cute. But otherwise, we have gained over 400,000 XP in sailing in the last 24 hours. On track to 99, which is going to be awesome. Should be level 89 today. And then I can go ahead, 350k. I can go ahead and upgrade my cargo hold to the highest level. I'm probably going to just, I mean, I might as well just go ahead and do Troubled Tortugans. So, yeah, I'm looking to get to level 89 today, do this quest, finally, and then we'll be all good for level 99. I uploaded 2 vlogs yesterday, so definitely make sure to check them out. Keeping this video nice, short, and simple here. Let's go ahead and talk about old school RuneScape, or rather, actually, it's something even more than old school RuneScape. It is, I want to say the old way of RuneScape here. I ended up uploading this video, right here. This is actually the thumbnail of the video. RuneScape, old RuneScape trading. So I kind of really want to talk about this for a little bit. Not to mention, one of you all actually, suggested a talking point of a vlog, pretty much talking about the old ways to trade on this game, because RuneScape 3 is going to go, or it's going under a integrity error change. Does that mean that, like, RuneScape 2 ideology is coming back, or rather old school RuneScape ideology? Hell no. RS3 is very different than what old school RuneScape is, and it's different than what than RuneScape 2 is. It's something that it will never, ever be like the old ways ever again. Talking about integrity, though, talking about being a good gamer, talking about not being a POS, talking about being very well respective to the RuneScape community, the old RuneScape trading methods. Let's go ahead and talk about some memory lane. Great memories I actually have. So 2005 June is when I started playing this wonderful game. And honestly, I'm not really afraid to admit it. RuneScape is my favorite game that I've ever played in the history of my life. I love this game so much. I'll be playing this game until I die. If this game goes bye-bye, I do have some options. Options such as maybe playing or creating a private server. That's always an option. I don't even want to go there, man. I don't even want to think about what if RuneScape were to... A lot of people would probably be very much depressed. I'm not the only one. But my memories of the old ways of trading, aka really the integrity time, is that you had to watch out for yourself, because trusting other people, and by all means, trusting people today, you got to take that with a grain of salt. I remember when I was very much a young 20-year-old, I was upgrading iPhones many years ago, and I was actually selling my iPhone. What the hell is this? A doll? Property? What the hell? Once the property of a child belongs in a museum. Did I just get like a log or something? Oh, wow, I did get a log. Holy nuts, man. My RNG on this on vlogs are awesome. Shout out to Clan Nightmare RH, by the way. If you are not in a old school RuneScape clan, just click on View Other Clan, type in Find Nightmare RH. February 6th, my clan is going to be hosting the drop party for my 99 sailing. We're probably going to be dropping about 1 billion worth of GP. You don't have to be my clan to be in the drop party. It's free for anyone. But if you want to be among conglomerate RuneScape lovers like myself and many other people, feel free to stop by. Anyways, back when I was a young 20-year-old, I remember selling my iPhone on Craigslist, and it was a little, like, nerve-wracking at first, but then again, once a couple years went by, it was very fluent. Obviously, now you have all the cell phone carriers offering upgrades, but this was when it was, like, iPhone 3G era, iPhone 4. You would basically sell your iPhone on, like, you know, the open market, like on Craigslist in a way, and somebody would meet you. Typically, I would meet a person at, like, a mall, and they would come with cash. Venmo didn't exist back then. It really wasn't a thing. I would just take cash, and then I would, you know, go and upgrade my phone and stuff. So it was a very different style. I mean, honestly, like 2009, 10, 11, 12 for upgrading your iPhone and selling your iPhone on, like, the internet. It was pretty much like RuneScape trading, it's in theory, but it really involved you having the trust to someone. And it was also the other way around too. In theory, you always got to remember the anxiety of the other person that is meeting you. I'm over here selling my iPhone to someone. I know that I'm not looking to scam anyone. I know that my iPhone is legit, it's working, but you got to take in consideration that the person you're selling it to probably has a lot of fears and worries that I might be selling them a piece of poop. So, on RuneScape, it's not necessarily really like that per se, the old style of trading, because like, I remember I ended up selling my my iPhone 4 for cash, and the person that I sold it to actually legitimately did a full-blown inspection on my phone. And I said, and I was very open with it. Completely open, and I'm like, yeah, you know, hey, whatever you need to feel good. The guy actually brought someone with him, his older son, which was a teenager. So obviously that probably, you know, made the guy feel good too. I just ended up bringing, one of my, Smith & Wesson friends with me. That's basically, my friend that I would bring to make myself feel good. But I mean, otherwise, this guy, I'll never forget it. This guy was asking a lot of very weird questions. I could definitely tell the guy was very much, technology friendly. Middle age type of guy, probably in his like late 40s, maybe early 50s. Obviously he had a teenage son, so probably more so late 40s. And he was asking me weird questions. He's like, so do you ever experience, you know, calls being dropped? He was basically trying to fish answers to see if I was selling him a broken like network card in a way. Obviously, no, calls never dropped. He ended up doing a SIM card swap to make, he received he ended up, calling himself on the phone, doing some testing, and I was just there, and I'm like, yeah, you know, hey, do what you need to do. He actually already handed me, the money that I was selling for the phone, and I'm like, hey, yeah, check my phone. What else do you need? And then we parted ways and everything went, you know, good. So selling stuff on the internet, and I also have sold stuff on Facebook Marketplace. I ended up relocating, sold my house back in 2023, and I was actually selling a lot of stuff on Facebook Marketplace at the time. I actually had some people that did not want to meet in a random location. They actually wanted to come to my house. that actually gave me a little hippity-jibbities in a way. But, I mean, hey, I got a security system, like I said, a couple friends on my hips, not to mention cameras. So, I mean, that in theory, plus I'm also texting people on Facebook, so I know they're a real person. So if somebody's going to show up and try to steal something from me, I mean, you're a dumbass. You are a dumb criminal. Extremely dumb criminal. Obviously, this video is not short, but still, it's a good talk. Now, the old RuneScape ways, the anxiety was not around the item. I actually ended up selling on Facebook Marketplace a treadmill, one of my old treadmills that I had. Obviously, the person buying it had a lot of anxiety if the treadmill was actually going to be working or not. And I actually had to do some tests. We ended up getting on top of the treadmill. Like it was pretty funny. I was in my friggin' living room. I had my dog in my bedroom. And I'm like, hey, you know, yeah, everything's kosher. And obviously showing the person the treadmill's good. So on RuneScape, the old trading ways are the opposite. All the anxiety, the fears, and worries comes around the GP value. It doesn't come around if the item is good. Keep it simple. I am selling you 1,000 steel bars for 500,000 GP. You see that I have 1,000 steel bars. I see that you have 500K. Something happens, we get disconnected, and now I gotta double check if you're trying to be a scamming buttfucker and you go ahead and put in 50K instead of 500K. Because if you're trying to scam me, you don't care about the items changing, you care about changing your money. Every person that I've ever sold anything like on the internet to, like real tangible items, obviously not like non-tangible RuneScape items per se. Every time I've sold an item, the cash amount has always been like the least thing that I'm really really worried, because I see it right there. Not to mention the person that did buy stuff from me from Facebook Marketplace ended up using Venmo. So obviously I saw that stuff there too. Very different. But on RuneScape, the old trading ways are pretty much the opposite. My trading experience of the old trading ways on this game, it wasn't good. You had to have a lot of street smart. You had to be a very intelligent person. If I'm looking, and I'll never forget this, if I'm looking to sell an item, like I would sell a lot of cannonballs many years ago. I would sell a lot of bowstrings. I would sell a lot of steel bars. And the moment that I traded someone, whether it was 4, 8, 12,000 cannonballs, or whether it was 1, 2, 3,000 steel bars, if they went and declined that trade, I walk away. Because that tells me that there's something fishy going on. So the Wild West was all about like, hey, I put up my steel bars, you put up 500K. Oh, you know, you accidentally hit the wrong button per se. That's bullshit. You didn't accidentally hit the wrong button. You did it on purpose. There were probably for every 1 out of 10 trades, I want to say that at least maybe out of every 10 trades that I made back during that period before the Grand Exchange, I want to say there was at least maybe 2 to 3 people that were just scammers. So, I mean, the amount of scammers back then were wretched. It was horrible. Now, obviously, those scumbags still exist today. But, I mean, the old trading ways on this game, it was terrible. Obviously, if you try doing something like that, like in the real world, you're going to get the shit kicked out of you. Like, I mean, there are people that do sell stuff on Facebook Marketplace that do try to actually scam people. I actually have a quick story. One of my real good friends almost got his ass kicked because he was buying something from someone, showed up at the guy's house. The guy took him to his garage, and the guy ended up closing the garage door on my friend, and my friend kind of really figured something was off, and so he quickly ran out. As the garage door was closing, he dove underneath it, and the friggin' guy comes out of his garage with a baseball bat. And he was more than likely gonna shake down my friend. And calling the cops on that situation, it's a little difficult, believe it or not. Because when you have a situation like that, and there's no, like, proof of value, I mean, obviously you have text messages, but a lot of that is obviously being a little bit of a smart criminal in a way. But the point that I'm saying is that the amount of scammers that existed back during these times of RuneScape, oh, it was definitely not a integrity error whatsoever. Yeah, there was among the RuneScape trading community, it was very little, very, very little. I'm getting so many ranters. It is very, very little of integrity. This video is obviously longer than it was supposed to be, but I'll never forget it. As soon as I put up the items to trade to someone, if they ended up putting up the GP and then the trade got declined and they're like, oh, you know, I hit a wrong button, I walk away from that person. I actually add that person to my friggin' ignore list. Otherwise, that's really my experience. Let me know down below in some comments any of your all experiences at all. Otherwise, I'll catch you tomorrow on a brand new vlog. Happy sailing and later.